Alrighty, hopefully, everything works out. Welcome to part 2 of OSS 211, the low buy-in. Okay, looks like everything is going to pick up right where we had it, with four guys with a lot of chips and Gambit Queen with enough to go with, you would think, and loves to donate. Will go ahead and lie about his name. So we have Golden and loves to donate, willing to chop the money. One sec, real quick. But we know that that's not going to happen. Otherwise, I would not be calling this. And sure enough, the dream final table is already underway. So I probably won't get around to that until tomorrow. I'm certain that the game will still be available for viewing for a little while. It's such a special event. And Vinny made the call with the Jack 6 of clubs and is rewarded with a flush draw. Loves to donate with the pair of threes, though still has the best hand. 7 figures to be a brick, but it is representable, I'm sure. And Vinny's going to go for it with the Jack 6. No hesitation at all with just the pair of threes. An impressive call. Loves to donate. Not buying what Vinny is selling, and will he sell again? That river card's a complete brick. So, better him than me. He is going to go for it for 102 million. No snap call this time. Very difficult decision now for Loves to donate. If Vinny has any part of that board whatsoever, then he's got him crushed here. Only 18 seconds left in the time bank, but he's really thinking about it. He's got the right read. We saw him make a great fold of 2 pair against I Got It, but can't make the great call against Vinny here. But, I mean, who among us could? Brave of Vinny to keep going there despite that river card being a total brick. But he got the job done, and he's got the lead by a pretty good margin now. Exactly 200 million, just about. And not much for either player in the blinds, and it's going to go limp check, I assume. Golden thinking about it. Didn't see a whole lot of feistiness, and still not much here. And not much in that flop. 9 high against a pair of fives. Pair of fives, obviously, leading. Hesitating a little bit before calling with the 2 fives. Then he might be emboldened by that. Okay, I guess not. I was gonna say that the length of time he took to call might lead to another bet, but goes check on the turn. Another blank river, and it looks like Vinny will not try it out this time. He just let the small pot go. Calling 52 million a small pot. Oh, the blinds went up again. Woo! Seriously, how in the world does this final table last this long? The blinds as high as they are now. I think there's only about 100 big blinds in play right now. Let me do a little quick math here. Okay, there's more than 100 big blinds in play. Well, we've seen a devastating gut shot come in before in favor of I Got It. So I can't help but feel like a 9 is coming against I Got It this time. And it was a 9 that filled his... This is the same gut shot. We've seen this board very, very similarly in reverse, but Vinny's not even going to let it continue. He's just going to bet the gut shot, and I Got It will fold. Gut shot and 2 overs. You know, fairly bettable. Because even if you get called, there's a lot of cards on the turn that are going to help you. I Got It versus Loves to donate. The 2 remaining Americans. When we were 6-handed, we had 2 from Brazil, 2 from Lithuania, and 2 from the US. It's a nice big meal, so I may run low on energy while talking about this, but I'll do my best. And an ace folded very quickly in the small blind. Vinny kind of has a license to run over this table at this point. Kind of. Within reason, anyway. Certainly with Gambit Queen so short. Wow, that was a quick fold of the two face cards. Don't know how I feel about that. But Gambit Queen is just so desperate to get a double up. Let's do it with two more face cards. This time he will raise. Golden, wondering whether to call or raise the two eights. Five-handed, that's quite a strong hand. Queen Jack's pretty strong five-handed, too. They'll just call and flop a full house. And check it, and that is exactly what he was looking for. Now, Golden does not have to raise here. He's got a massive, massive piece of the board, and there's really not much else out there for his opponent to have. If he raises, the only thing that's calling him is a 2. Well, now he's hoping he's not up against a 2. Let's do it. Will not represent that card. The river is clean. 9 of diamonds. Really nobody you would think would have any part of this. But this is where Golden has to at least attempt to extract some value. I was going to say like 53 million or so. He bets 47.3 million. But loves to do it with Queen High. Will just give it up. Still, I like the way that Golden played that hand. Just his opponent didn't have anything. All in from Gambit Queen. I would absolutely fold the 2s there. Calling an all-in with 2s just feels like a terrible idea in almost every circumstance because the literal best you can do is 50-50. And a call with a King 3, and the King 3 having a great flop, but, oh! A flush on the turn for Gambit Queen, but a full house for I got it on the end. And the Gambit Queen runs a wild run out to end her tournament, but that's going to do it for her. Had to go with her hand. I got it. Looked her up with the suspect King 3 off suit. But that's just it. She just didn't have enough tips to protect her hand. And I got it. Takes her out in 5th place. But what a run. 5th place, $5,855. Yeah, I almost never call all-ins with 2s. The best you can do is 50-50. And if the other player has any pair besides, other than 2s, then you're doing much worse. So not much on this board. Loves to do when he picks up a gut shot on the turn. A lot of money in there, though. And doesn't hit the gut shot, but does hit the 9. Didn't need it, though. He already had the ace. And that's a blocker bet, 21 million. Golden with Queen High. A board he could represent, but he will not. I think this is an instance where he likes his ship position and he just doesn't want to punt it away. Golden has certainly been on the conservative side. Arguably the most conservative player at this final table, and it's gotten him this far. I assume we're going to lose an American next, just to keep the balance that we had when we were 6-handed. Vinny. Certainly with a playable hand. But just wants to do that. Just wants to play it. Let's see what happens on the flop. Golden with 2-3 is not going to raise. There's a bit of a flop there. Obviously, Vinny with the best of it, with top pair and a gut shot. Golden with a gut shot to a worse straight. But it's still a clean out. 18.2 million, that's half pot for Golden. Vinny certainly isn't going anywhere. I think he got what he wanted by checking. And he'll just call. Ace of Diamonds peels off on the turn for a flush draw now for Vinny. Vinny's got a little bit of everything on this board. If you check the flop, you might as well check the turn. Or not. Not entirely sure why he's suddenly betting the ace. Of course, he has added equity with the flush draw and everything. Golden with very little equity. As it turns out, only a non-diamond 4 would work. But I guess Vinny just felt like he had a chance to pick up the pot. Might as well try, and he got it. Now he leads by 300 million. And this feels like a venture capitalist convention here. Or what's the other super rich guy profession? Hedge fund managing? Yeah, that. No one's got much of anything here. But four-handed Golden is willing to mix it up just a bit. And raising tickets are now worth 43.4 million. I mean, the numbers we're playing for are insane, but remember, just try to contain yourself. Those are just points. 30.8 million raised with a 10-10. Jack-10 doesn't even think about it. Well, Golden certainly is earning the respect. The way he's been playing. It's usually what I aim for. I want my raises to get respect. My post-flop bets to get respect. Of course, I did an absolutely horrible job of that the last couple of times I broadcasted my poker. Again, I emphasize that when I upload me, I'm not live streaming that. It's not like somebody can look in and cheat off of me. Nobody's seeing that live. Ooh! Like, nobody's seeing my cards live except me, but they just all had a read on me. But anyway, never mind that. I got it with a flush draw. Golden with top pair, good kicker. Fireworks are imminent. 28 million from I got it. Just a little tester bet. Golden wondering whether to raise now. And I like the raise because there's a lot of draws out there. I got it happens to have a draw. And that will charge a draw a little bit extra. And I gotta feel like if I got it calls, then Golden is gonna go for the all-in on the turn here. And that's a brick river, or brick turn, so now would be a good time to see that plan through and make sure that any draw does not catch up to you. Because I got it would probably not have called that raise with a 3. Yeah, there's the all-in. Well played by Golden, and I got it with just an 8 high flush draw. Cannot possibly risk this entire stack on this. It's just no way it's worth it. There's going to be a better spot. He's going to fake tank. At least I hope he's fake tanking, because if he calls this off... Okay, good. Golden playing very nicely right now. I feel like he's shifting gears very nice now that we're four-handed as well. He was very conservative early on, but now he recognizes that he's got to get a little more active, and he played that hand post-flop, I think, just about perfectly. Another pre-flop pickup for Vinny. The two Americans now very short. Golden with arguably even a shovable spot with both blinds being, let's see, how many big blinds? The bigger stack had 16 big blinds left, but I'm happy that he chose with the, what the heck? Yeah, the game just stopped. I think I can bring it back. Oh, look, it even changed to a different column there, which kind of sucks because I need to I need to change that back, and it's going to spoil who won again, so let me make sure that nobody gets spoiled live. This is exactly why why I decided to just stop the recording on part 1. Because I thought something like this might happen. Alright, I got it back. Now I'm just going to figure out where the heck I was. I think it's something like... No, it's further than this. Further than this. Somewhere around here. Oh, I think I skipped ahead just a tiny bit because the blinds are 8 and 16 million now, but it doesn't look like we missed much. 3x raise from Vinny, that'll take it down. Min raise from Vinny. Golden with a playable hand for sure. Oh, okay. I mean, I would have thought that he'd play it because he is loosening up just a little bit, but just doesn't want any part of Vinny, I guess. At least until they get heads up. At least that's what he's probably thinking, that he's going to get heads up. And I just noticed I don't see any green circle around Golden. I'm warming up to this guy. Power applied by Vinny. Nicely done. Should go fold, and leave the 2 short stack blinds to duke it out. I got it with 8-6 suited. Now, if he goes all in, Loves to Donate has a decision. We're 4-handed, and he thinks the ace is good enough. Good decision, and he just has to avoid... Oh! He just had to avoid another diamond. They're going to chop the pot. I got it. Gets bailed out. Loves to Donate with a good call pre-flop, but does not get rewarded for it. At least he didn't lose. Both Americans and both smiling dragons. And both right next to each other. What are the odds? All in from the ace-queen. And I'll get through. Picking up 49.6 million now by going all in. Be nice if it was that easy for, you know, real money, but as I said, these are just points. Another little pre-flop pickup for Vinny. I imagine that the Americans are going to double up at some point, judging by how much time we still have. 32 million from Vinny. Probably folds around. Vinny breaking away a little bit. No hands, and the 6-4 club stakes it. Limp call. Then he's been willing to do that. I'm going to go with the min raise this time. Golden with enough of the hand, I think, to peel flop. He agrees, and he flops middle pair. He's already ahead. Now he's way ahead of the 7 high. Vinny willing to throw a little bet out there, but I doubt he's going to go too wild against the other big stack. 2 pair now for Golden. Vinny drawing dead. Drawing very dead. He really wants to win that pot so badly. He's welcome to try again. It's not going to work, though. He's going to check it this time. And Golden might want to bet this. There's a few draws he doesn't want to see come through on the river. But he could check. He could slow play kings up. I mean, there's no way he's worried the way the hand played out. But he is going to drive out all the draws. That's a big bet. And Vinny, of course, is 7 high. Doesn't even have that much, so... Fold and pick up. Pocket 8s for Loves to Donate. Just raises. Ace-6 suited for Vinny. Knows that he's got to be up against something. There's got to be a bit of a decision here. Four-handed in a vacuum, you would never want to fold a suited ace, but you know that Loves to Donate in this spot is never fooling around, and he will give him credit. Smart laydown again from Vinny. King 8 suited. And decision for Loves to Donate once it folds around to him with the pocket 5s. Probably just call. And that is a good flop for Vinny, and it looks like a good flop for 5s, too. If Vinny bets small, he should get something out of this hand. He does bet small. Loves to Donate, really, with not much out there to scare him. And he min raises? Is that a misclick? Did he mean to just call? I genuinely have no idea what the purpose of this raise is. He's now got an open-ended straight draw on the turn. And now he's going to bet half of his stack, 80 million. Vinny has to be turned around by this. Whether that was a misclick or not, this hand has played out incredibly strangely. Vinny with top pair, but, you know, top pair is one pair. He is going to put them all in. Loves to Donate is pot committed at this point, and he does not get bailed out by the river. Loves to Donate. I don't know if that was a misclick or not, but that hand just does not work out for him. But well done indeed, getting to 4th place. And I got it now, carrying the American flag, but carrying it pretty low right now. $8,168. For 4th place. Very well done. Over 1 billion chips now for Vinny. 1.1 billion. Golden is back again on the I'm a wimp, please chop the money with me bandwagon. I have no confidence in my own game. I want to chop the money now. I know that's not what they're really saying, but that's what I read out of it. Because I'm salty. You will never, ever, ever catch me checking that button. I guarantee you. You will never watch me check that button. I won't even do it as a troll. Oh! I got it. Actually hits the flop with 10-8. And Vinny with overcards and backdoors. That's not the most ridiculous call in the world. He has a royal flush draw! Doesn't need the royal flush. He does hit the jack. And I got it. We lose him in 3rd place. But well done indeed. The two American Happy Dragons going out in very short order. $11,741 for I got it. And now we are heads up. $16,200 for 2nd. $21,800 for 1st. And I gotta say, I'm surprised that they didn't double up. Heads up is really gonna last this long. But we know that they go for all of it. Vinny's going to be a hero here, and I have to root for Vinny. I have to. I've warmed up to Golden in his play style, but I got to root for the guy who's not asking for a deal. It's just how I operate. Interesting bet size from Vinny. Golden, of course, with ace high and a gut shot's going nowhere. And now gut shots for both players. Now, they can't both hit the river, though. That's the thing. If you just want to see a really big pot, they can't both hit it. So this pot's not going to get too much bigger. 72 million, though. That's pretty hefty. Golden probably reconsidering the value of ace high and a gut shot. Might not be worth that price. Oh, apparently it is. Vinny does not hit his gut shot, but does hit a pair. And I can't see him betting here. Okay, he does check it back. Started this heads up with a 2-to-1 chip lead. He's now more like a 2.7-to-1 chip lead. And 7-2, not going to play it. Pocket jacks do not get any use out of them. 5-7 versus 8-3. Welcome to Heads Up. This is what you should expect. Now it's about 3-1. That being said, Golden's still with 28 big blinds. So, you know, it looks bad. You know, he's down by 900 million now, but 900 million and change. But he's not totally out of it. Okay, well, that hand's not going to help him. All the draws for Vinny. Only it looks like it's all the draws, but really only a 9 hits him. And just like that, a 3, which doesn't actually change anything because Golden was already ahead with King High. But it might change something in his mind. In his mind, he's now beating hands like Ace-9 or even King-Jack. Vinny, for some reason, even though there's been no action, is taking a while to decide here. He's going to bet pot. There's the 9. It's Vinny. He's got the straight. He's got all the straights. He's got the 6-card straight. Golden's got the pair of 3s. Vinny again going into the time bank for unknown reasons. That bet's not getting called, though. Oh, it might be. You never know. Heads up. Pair of 3s actually wins a surprising amount of the time here. Just not this time, obviously. He does fold it. Not going to say that was an amazing fold or anything, but, you know, it wouldn't have been the worst call in world history. It would have looked like it, but he realized there's just too much out there on that board. He's going to give him credit for a hand. He's correct. Golden with the better of it pre-flop here. And boy, oh boy. That's the other thing about Heads Up. The flops are probably going to airball you really hard. Except air isn't hard, so... Well, basketball can be hard. 5 high bets. And that will do it. Oh, look, the blinds go up again. Golden wants to see a flop of 10-9. Vinny was set with 9-7. We'll allow it. And 3 spades. Vinny has a spade, Golden doesn't. What a shock. Vinny is running over Golden right now. But honestly, through no fault of Golden's, he's not doing anything bad right now. He's just not getting the cards. And there's the flush for Vinny, which I doubt he's going to play fast, but he's not going anywhere either. I know I'm razzing Golden for the fact that he wants a deal, but he is playing very good poker. A little on the conservative side, but really, he hasn't put one hair out of place, honestly. He will go ahead and go for some value for the spade, but yeah, not going to work. But his lead extends yet again. This could be an all-in here. Pocket 3s versus an ace. Golden should go for it here. We're heads up. The worst you can do is 16K, bro. Okay, this is a borderline slow roll. Ace-5 is good here, heads up. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there is a 500 million chip. The 5 hits, and the 5 will keep him in. Still a significant edge for Vinny by about 504 million, but Golden right back in the thick of it there. He's still holding hard to the belief that he's going to be able to chop the money when he's already guaranteed. Like, what I don't get like, I get the motivation for doing the chops is for variance or like respecting your opponent and everything. When you buy into a tournament for $22 and you're guaranteed 16,000, and that's not enough, you want to guarantee yourself more. Like, what are you doing? Like, how are you gonna buy? How do you buy in for a tournament for $22 and think you're gonna be disappointed with 16,000? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Pair of nines for Vinny. Straight draw for Golden. Although the way that these hands have been going, I imagine that Golden's gonna break out. Two pair now for Vinny. If Golden doesn't break out, well, he better not hit a jack or a 10. That'll cost him some money. But if he happens to hit the 8 or the queen, he's got a double gutter. For $100 million, that looks like a huge bet, but I think I would call with the double gutter. It's a risk, but you got to take risks sometimes. He is going to call with the double gutter, but it breaks out like I thought it would. Yeah. He does have $480 million left. And if he happened to hit the double gutter, then he would take a huge pot. I think that's the line of thinking that at least that I would go with. He had 8 outs to win a massive pot. And even if he doesn't win the massive pot, he's still got enough chips to play a little bit of poker. Obviously, I don't have to say anything about the river card because it breaked out. Golden's not going anywhere. Or rather, he's not staying with him anyway. He's not putting his chips anywhere. 500 million at least. And we have a 5-minute break, which I will fast forward for you guys. There gets to be a point where you need to just be happy no matter what. When you buy in for $22, like look at 36th place. That's $320. That's a massive return on investment right there just for 36th place. Like there's not really a whole lot of things you could do with the casino that gives you that kind of return on investment, and that's for 36th place. Investing in stocks doesn't usually give you that kind of return on investment, at least not in a short term. Not that I would know, but like I did do like a fake like simulated stock market thing back in God, when was that? 6th grade. Just to like educate the kids on how it all works in case they ever get into stock trading and as an adult. The OG sports betting. Except sports betting's been around for a long time, just not in the mass media like it is today. Nice hand with the king jack, and 10-4's just gonna leave. Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, you know what stock market is? It's the OG cryptocurrency. That's what it is. I'm making that comment implying that I know anything about cryptocurrency, which I do not. And I choose to remain that way. I have no interest in doing that whatsoever. Limp from the suited ace. I don't. Is he going for the limp re-raise, or is he just saying, I'll pay whatever price you want? Because Golden's certainly not going anywhere with his ace. He's gonna make another 50 million. Vinny, I don't think was folding. He is gonna just call and see a flop, and he likes that flop. What's new? He's just hidden just about all the flops except for the one that Golden went all in on. Golden's gonna bet it though. Not gonna work. Vinny's sticking around. He is just gonna call, and there's an 8 on the turn, so Vinny has to hit the straight if he want, or the flush if he wants to win it. He does not have a straight draw. I think Vinny is respecting that big raise by Golden just in case he had a pair. If he had a pair, chances are he's not going to bet to drive him off. Vinny, though, with the nut flush draw, I think has to keep going here. He's getting a pretty good price to chase. And he missed. For once, he misses. Golden, though, cannot be a fan of that run out. Any 7 now beats him. Any 9 now beats him. It's getting dicey. He's going to check, opening the door for Vinny. If he wants to represent the 7, he can bluff all in here. And it may well work. The way this hand's been played, ace high really doesn't have much showdown value. He is going to bluff for it. What a move by Vinny, representing that 7. Golden now. Is he willing to stick that whole stack on just the pair of 8s? And the 6 is on board, of course. But any 9 beats him. Any 6 beats him. Any 7 beats him. This call is nearly impossible. If he just figures now is the time, then boy, oh boy, would this be an amazing read. If he calls, he's ahead after all those boards that he missed. But you really couldn't blame him for folding if he does. This is what you should take your time bank on. This is what your time bank is used for, because you're going to have decisions like this more often than not at some point in the tournament. It's not just going to be all easy decisions. He makes the call! An incredible read by Golden! Okay, he's not really the leader per se, but he does have the lead by like a big blind or so. Amazing call. Just a pair of 8s. Sticks his whole tournament out there, thinks that Vinny is bluffing. You got to give that one up to him. Amazing play by Golden. And Vinny has ruined my life. But again, like there's the whole, like there's the respecting your opponent angle behind this. Vinny's got to give it up for that. They obviously do reject it because there's still poker to play. But I guess if I'm Vinny, well, you know, I never do a deal, no matter what. Just period. But Vinny, for one reason or another, just decides that the equal terms just didn't suit him. He'd rather play the whole thing out. Thank you. Actually, it looks like it was Golden who rejected that, because he was the first one to get rid of the green circle. Maybe Golden's thinking, heck, if I could read him that good, maybe I have what it takes to beat him now. And that was some read. That was a phenomenal all-in call right there. You still have good hands pre-flop. And oh, the 2 hits. Vinny's got a full house. Golden with just ace high, with arguably still a little bit of showdown value. He is blocking at least a straight, thanks to his 10. Vinny's obviously betting this. The question is, how does he make it look like a bluff? Because Golden made the hero call. He's going to make it the size of the pot. He's trying to induce another hero call. In this case, of course, it would be wrong. To be fair, it looks like a pretty similar line as the previous hand. Golden, thinking about it, knows that he could call and be wrong and still have chips. He does make the hero call. Doesn't work out for him this time. Vinny gets exactly what he wanted out of that. Very nice job picking the pot size bet. I really do think that helped him get paid off there. And if Golden does end up second place, don't you worry. I am the last guy in the world that will ever say, you should have taken the deal after all. No, I will never say that. I am happy you guys are playing for this straight up. Pair of 7s for Vinny. Golden already had a straight draw, so that card does nothing for him. He's going to bet pretty big, though. Now, one amateur move that a lot of players make is, as soon as they pair their hand, they feel like they're just, like entitled or almost, entitled's not the right word. Oh, 9 for Golden to actually take the hand back, so nice river for him. What's the word I'm thinking about? What is the word I'm thinking of? Not entitled, but, encouraged, enticed. I don't know, but like once they hit, they feel like they have to keep going just because they hit. But the thing is, if he happened to have a queen or a jack in that last hand, then that 7 still wasn't good enough. All right, so the jack already hit Golden, and he's also got now a spade, but not a very good spade. Vinny had a straight draw, but he's obviously not going to be wild about that. Golden might try a small value bet here. Even a min bet, I could see it happening. It's going to go half pot. Ace high, elects to fold. And now we see why this is going to take a while. Oh, look, the blinds went up again. The big blind is 25 million. How many poker games have you ever seen with the big blind of 25 million? He's back. He's no longer a fan of playing this whole thing out, apparently. I mean, the terms are going to be exactly the same as they were last time. So I really don't know what changed in his mind. I guess that means I'm rooting for Golden now. Let's pick up for Vinny. I think they've both played splendid poker. You can easily tell they both deserve to be here. Two big hands here for heads up. Pocket 9s versus Jack 10. Vinny does just call, and of course, a jack. Because pocket 9s suck. And he's got to like that flop. That's not that bad of a flop for 2 9s. And yeah, I don't blame him at all for continuing. Nice check by Vinny. Really got to hand it to him. He's very good at checking and like slow playing at the appropriate amounts. He's going to go ahead and check raise now. Golden probably with enough to keep going, actually, because there's a lot of draws out there. Would Vinny play a draw like that? Probably. Well, okay, the draw just came through, so now maybe Golden can get away from it. Vinny with a pair of jacks now with the jack-high flush draw, which he may slow down on, but he also may continue. I think the proper play here would be to keep going. And Golden now faced with a callable bet, but he's got to be a bit wary of it. Because if Vinny has the flush, he's drawing dead already. He is going to call. See that neon 500 million chip in there. 7 of spades. Pretty much a brick. Golden, if Golden liked the pocket 9s before, he likes them now. Vinny does not have the nuts by any means, so I can't see him going for too much, but maybe a blocker bet of like 180 million. Not bad. Pretty close to it. And Golden again, like I said, that 7 couldn't have changed much. 5-6 got there. 5-6 got there. But he wouldn't be worried about 9-10 because he has 2 9s. Good laydown. Getting a pretty good price there, but he figured that there was a reason he was going to get a good price there. And yeah, well played by both players. Golden maybe could have gotten away from it on the turn, but I'm not going to fault him too badly for that. Pair of 6s for Golden. This time he did need a pair. He also has the better spade in case it comes runner. Let's check, check, and another 6. Golden could represent that 6, mostly because he has it. But he's going to check and see if Vinny wants to represent it, and he doesn't have it. Nice check by Golden. Totally understandable bet there by Vinny. I feel like Golden's going to raise it to about 100 million. There's a lot of river cards he doesn't want to see. Oh, it's going to raise it to more than that. Yeah. He got the bluff that he wanted. Now it's time to just shut it down and take the pot. Well played. Yeah, I think the way he played it is better than the way I suggested leading out, because leading out and calling gives you probably a little bit less information than you want. You don't even really want information with that many draws out there. You just want to win it. Someone's going to have to be a man and win this pot because no one's got anything. Golden will be the man. Nice. Heads up between Santa Claus and Yoda. This is actually awesome. I never even realized how just absurdly awesome this is, in theory. Of course, going heads up against the Jedi is always unfair. Because they're mind readers. Then again, Santa knows everyone on Earth, whether they're naughty or nice, so... This is pretty much impossible both ways. You can't play heads up against either of these two. Min bet from Golden. King High will stick around a little while longer. Just on the basis of King High. Heads up, you can do that. Because it's correct. Golden checks. Vinny still with the best hand, just the King High. I imagine he's still in check call mode. Does Golden even think it's worth it? Nah, he'll just take it with King High. Vinny, that is. Just under a 2-1 chip lead now. But as we've seen, it like anything can happen, and certainly Golden is not out of this by any stretch. 2 playable hands here for heads up. 2 playable hands anyway. Whoa! That's an action flop. Vinny with second pair, up and down straight draw. Golden with bottom pair, up and down straight draw. And backdoor clubs. 30 million from Vinny. Golden might even raise this. He's just going to call, and he's going to hit. He's got the straight. Vinny might not lose too much money on this because that's a very scary board. He just has second pair now. Actually, it's third pair now. And 6 of clubs may kill Golden's action. If he doesn't bet too much, then he should still get a call by the jack, but 65 million, that might be too much. Let's see. It is too much. Nice thought, though. Walk. $10-5 for Vinny. He's not going to walk. He'll just take it. I would have walked. I'll be honest. 10-4 versus Ace-King. It's easy to say, well, I'll take the Ace-King. 10-4 is not as far behind as you might think. But Vinny's certainly going to 3-bet the Ace-King here, and Golden probably will let it go. Yeah. The problem with playing weird, crappy hands like 10-4 is even if you happen to hit a board like, say, Jack 10-7, are you really that comfortable with second pair and no kicker? So even if you do outflop the ace king, you're not in terrific shape unless you hit a 10 and a 4. Now queen 5 hits queen queen 4. That's obviously pretty comfortable for Vinny. Wait, did Golden just call a Jack 9? Okay. I don't know why he did that. I don't know if he was calling an attempt to bluff later on, but he decided not to on the turn. What about the river? There's the bluff. Big one, too. Vinny might not even raise. Vinny was probably planning on a raise, but yeah, I agree with the just call. That that bet was really big. If he was raising, chances are he was only getting called by a better queen, which is what Golden was trying to represent there, perhaps, or hitting an ace. But he probably wouldn't have called with an ace. Limp from Golden, raise to 75 million for Vinny, and Queen 2 is going to call. Not entirely sure why Vinny raised. Just figured Golden was weak, and maybe that's why Golden called, just to prove a point that, hey, just because I'm limping in doesn't mean you can push me around. Big bet from Vinny, and that will take it down. Golden has to be thinking about going all in again here. Probably not with 3-5. But, TikTok. Just saying. Hello. That'll do it. Thought he might limp in again, seeing if he can induce an all-in from Vinny. Because I think that hand is so strong that you don't want to go all in and just pick it up, because then you're right back to where you were. When it's heads up, my whole spiel about, picking it up, letting a flop is good because it buys you a little bit of extra time. It doesn't really apply when your head's up, because you're committing chips pre-flop every time, so... Of course, the other side of that is Golden could raise all in there because Vinny doesn't have to have a great hand to pay him off and call. In fact, he could have even called with the Queen 8 of diamonds, but just decided not to. Which was a good decision, obviously. Min raise this time. Golden might see a flop with the suited 10. Yep. And that's not the flop either of these guys wanted to see, but I think it's kind of unspoken that as soon as they miss the flop, Vinny's just going to take it down. Because if Golden were to bluff that, there is no backup plan. If he's wrong, there's no way he catches a card. Golden may call a shove here. Oh, well, doesn't have to. Pocket threes, that's an all-in hand. This one you are okay with just taking pre-flop. And they're moving pretty nice and quickly here. Vinny probably goes all in. Now, what do you do with King 2 here? No, just gonna call. Okay. So Golden gets a chance to see a flop. Hopefully flop a king, and or not. I'm a little surprised that Golden shoved. I'm a little surprised that Vinny folded the 10-9. 6-9 is a fold. Queen Jack, obviously, much nicer. But again, 6-9 wasn't completely out of contention there. Could hit the board. Queen 4. Well, Golden's not calling with 7-2. but he doesn't have to. Let's see a flop. Let's see a flop. You have 7-2. It's much more in Vinny's neighborhood than it is Golden's. Vinny, who was also reneged on the deal offer. King 3 versus 6s. This could be on. Golden's definitely never folding this. King high is no good. Needs a king and a king only, and that's not going to do it. The 6s double up. We continue to play. Golden still in it. Like, Vinny can hold over him until they get it all in. I shouldn't say that. Golden has played very well. But I've made that clear. Alrighty. Let's see a flop. And the flop doesn't see them. But Golden might want to think about trying a little something. Nope. Well, Golden has just enough chips that Vinny has to respect him just a bit. And he is continuing to respect him. Golden with a king is on the borderline of having showdown value, and in fact, it is still the best hand. Alright, check, check. King high wins. Golden was not going to call 2 bets, but he might have called 1 bet. All in from the ace, and yeah. He was not looking for a call, trust me. Min raise from the Jack 5. 10-4 hearts. We've seen that hand already. Let's see a flop. Again, the flop doesn't see them. Golden now with, I need to say this, but the pre-flop betting lead will bet again. And he's starting to shape up again. You know, you just can't keep this guy down forever. I don't want to say chip in a chair, because it's not like he was really down to the level of the felt, but this would still qualify as one impressive comeback if he could make it. Raise from the 10-4, 6-9 with borderline decision here. He'll call it, and he'll flop a pair. Which means he's probably not going anywhere. Because this is heads up. Once you flop a pair, you're usually in good shape. That's the same bet that he tried earlier. It's not going to work this time, though. 2 of diamonds doesn't change anything. Never does. Does he want to keep bluffing? It's a 2 of diamonds. Ooh, he is going to keep going. That's a meaty bet, too. And Vinny now has to wonder, am I going to face an all-in on the river? Does he really want to do that with just a pair of 9s? No, he does not. Golden! Getting the job done there with just 10 high. Nice play. Up to 20 big blinds now. Because at this point, the blinds are so huge. Wow, that's a big shove. At this point, the blinds are so huge that the big blinds don't even really matter. It's how much you have against your opponent when it's heads up. Limp from the ace-5, 6-8 suited. Might be thinking of a raise, but not. Nice, they check it. And another flop that doesn't see them. At 7 gives Vinny a straight draw, but it's not not exactly a attractive straight draw. What with it being A, gut shot, B, a paired board, C, there's 2 hearts out there, and D, it wouldn't even be the best possible straight if he were to hit it. Now that's a card that anybody could represent. No one's got it, but that's called, by the way, by Golden with just the ace-high. I gotta be honest, though, I don't think he's calling this bet. Nah, I don't blame him at all for folding. Good play by Vinny. I feel like they're both doing this with about equal frequency now, if they can see the flop. These guys are really impressing me. All in from the ace-6. I still don't know if I would ever do that. Golden still has a lot of chips. I would not want to just blast off. They might well blast off again, though. Yep. Golden's not calling a 6-3. I can tell you from my experiences at replay poker that when you get heads up, like, the pace is just so fast that your heart is just kind of constant, like, in a constant state of beating. And, like, you know you're going to be in every hand, so you're in the strain. He called with the king-6 of hearts. Wow. And he hits the flush to double up. And Vinny just cannot put this guy away. My goodness. Bit of a adventurous call there by Golden, but I guess he figured he had to take a stand sometime. And now they both have similar aces. I've seen worse calls. I'll say that. I have seen worse calls. It looks a little silly, but you know, he can't just let Vinny keep running him over. And once again, we are even. And nice board for Golden. Vinny with the gut shot and the bad flush draw. Golden with a pair and a good flush draw. Golden's got to test the wagering waters now, no? Nope. And airball. Yeah, when you get heads up, you know you're going to play every single hand, so you're just like in constant focus mode. Because you're playing every single hand, I feel like you make your decisions quicker. I feel like you're just willing to just spring with your gut. Because you got this far for a reason, and, you know, either you finish second or you finish first. That's all there is to it. You just gotta just go with whatever your gut thinks is the best way to win. So, which sometimes involves calling all in with king-6 suited. Because, heads up, that's really not that bad a hand. And Vinny had been raising a lot, so it might be good. It wasn't pre-flop, but it was post-flop. So Golden now with 1 billion chips. Vinny, of course, not far behind. But he is behind, which has been rare for him at this final table. Now, he hasn't had the lead for the whole final table, but he's had it for, I think, most of it. I love King 10. Vinny with a few backdoors. He will bet. He was the pre-flop raiser. Golden with some showdown value. And he won't be bluffed off of it just yet. That turn card might help Golden stay in it, actually. If the King 10 was good before, it's good now. And Vinny seems to know that, and he will slow down and check. Jack on the river. Golden thinking, but he will check again. Vinny with king high himself. Oh, it actually goes down as a chop pot because that jack is higher than the 10 that Golden was playing there. I actually kind of forgot about that. So they will take their money back and move on to the next hand with even more ridiculously large blinds. Queen 2 for Golden. Will he get much money off of it, though? Probably not. I love how ridiculous the ante is. 5,250,000. He does get one call from the ace high. And that's not a very scary card. Can he get another call? Probably went for too much. I think he's giving Vinny a little too much credit here. Or not. Vinny went for it again, and he was drawing dead anyway. He hits a small pair. There's that glowing green chip again. I don't think Golden's going to slow down here. Queen's up is awfully strong. The only question is, does he go for a shove, or he's going to go for it all? If Vinny calls, the game is over. He did pair up, but when it's for everything, I think he's going to want a little bit better to stick his whole tournament on here. But he is thinking about it. Vinny came all this way, and I think he's weighing the frustration levels more than anything else, because he had such a huge lead for such a long time, and now all of a sudden he has to fold this and be down by a big margin, like 2.5 to 1, if not more. But he is going to fold it and save his tournament life. Yeah, about 2.5 to 1 lead. And Vinny now has to come from behind. Golden, of course, gets the credit for the comeback. But again, Vinny far from out of this. Great pot, though, from Golden. Using that 2-pair to its highest effect. Vinny's still not shying away, though. Should get to see a flop. And once again, the flop doesn't see us. Well, Golden's got a gut shot. That turn card doesn't see anybody. Did Vinny call with the queen high here? No. Would have been asking a lot. So, yeah. A6. Ah, learning a little bit from Vinny, going for the all-in here. Queen 2 limps. Queen 8 makes a regular raise. Which might be scarier than an all-in. Vinny's going to give Golden some credit. Ace-King now for Vinny. Good chance to get back in it, unless Golden folds, of course. I was going to put another $17.5 million in. What was the blinds when we started? Was it 3 million, 6 million? Vinny deciding not to try any traps. He's just going to go for it now and gets a fold. And a walk. Golden with a pretty nice hand. Could have seen him going either way with all in or just limp in. Ooh, nice flop for Vinny. Golden with nothing, really. Now he's got a little something. He's got an up and down straight draw. So if Vinny goes for value here, he's going to get a customer. You can go for a full pot. Not a very big pot, though. I mean, it is, but it's also not. And there is a call and a jack. Pairs golden. He's got top pair now. He's going to call anything that Vinny bets here. If Vinny knew what his opponent had, he'd probably go for the all-in. I imagine he'll aim more for 150. Oh, it's not even that much. Golden really should not be raising. It should just be a call. Yeah. But nice win for Vinny. Maybe he could have gotten a little more on the river, but still a nice pot. And he, once again, pulling not even, but sort of close to even. That's a big win for him. Golden, King 7. I mean, you know that a Santa Claus versus Yoda heads up is going to be a while. 35 million from the 9 high. Pair of 7 says, I will look you up. And 4 of hearts does not change anything, anytime, anywhere, for any reason. Three of hearts, I guess that's a little bit of a change in case somebody was packing 2 hearts, but doesn't really. Golden, I think, is in check call mode. Nope, he's going to make a thin value bet, and Vinny doesn't even have that. No thin value hand, just 9 high. King 8 versus King Jack, this could be interesting. Limp from the King 8. Does Vinny want to just go for it? He'll make the smaller raise. Like, based on the way they had been playing, I wouldn't have been all that surprised to see him go for it. And I'm not surprised to see that call either. And they both hit their king! This is what Vinny was hoping for. He'll go for a somewhat small bet. Keeping it reasonable. Golden going nowhere. Makes the call. 9 of clubs on the turn. Vinny's hand improves, sort of, technically, to a straight draw. Of course, Golden still has the 8 as his only out. Vinny obviously loves it. He's going to bet about a third of the pot. He bet about a third of the pot on the flop. He'll do it again here on the turn. Golden still with top pair and not much of a kicker, but he will call. Interesting river. 2 pair for Vinny. Golden, though, wondering about a queen. Vinny wondering about a queen. But when you got 2 pair heads up, it might just be time to go for it regardless. He'll bet a little bit. 105 million, and Golden has no business raising here. He hates this card. He absolutely hates this run out, but I don't think he can fold for 105 million. He does call on a massive hand for Vinny. Wonderfully played. And Vinny once again takes the lead in this heads-up match. Once that king hit, there wasn't a whole lot Golden could do about it. This time Golden hits the better part of the flop. It's all diamonds, though. Nobody's got a diamond. Bluff from Vinny, but Golden's not going anywhere. Another 4 on the turn to change absolutely nothing. And a third queen for Golden. This game is going on for quite some time, but I'm glad it has. It's treated me into some really good poker. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have, and that's a huge bet. 150% pot, it looks like. Actually, exactly 150% pot. And does not get a call from ace high. I don't know what hand he was targeting. I guess just a BS catcher. Golden's 9-8. Yeah, should keep going. Vinny's Jack-7 suited. It's not going anywhere. They both hit this one, too. Nice flop for both players, actually. Vinny with pair of sevens, Golden with up and down straight draw. If a jack hits the turn, this game's all but over. 10, okay. Golden still a straight draw, but not exactly a ton of sex appeal. Now that the board is paired. It went bet call on the well, check bet call on the flop. Golden may elect to just check and see if... Oh, okay. Now he's going to go for it again. Another large bet, just over the size of the pot. Vinny doesn't want to fold that pair, and no straight for Golden on the river, but a bit of a scare card, though. He will check again. Does Golden want to keep firing? He made a very large bet on the turn. Oh, he's going to fire again. That's another big bet. $302.4 million. Vinny with just a 7. Golden risking a huge chunk of his stack on this bluff. Vinny only had 1 second left in the time bank and cannot make the call in time. Golden takes that hand and once again has a significant lead. Vinny now with the Jack-9 of diamonds. Golden with an ace. And rain for me. All in and a fold. And you can't go wrong with either of these two guys as your champion. Vinny's reads have been nearly perfect. Just couldn't quite muster up the courage to make that last call. I can't say I would have done the same. I mean, I can't say that I would have made the call. I probably would have folded too. So a draw for Vinny. Golden with Jack high and a gut shot. The Jack hits. So Golden now with top pair. To help him catch a bluff from Vinny, which he is going to try, but not going to happen. Golden should take this 408 million chip pot and now has a significant lead over Vinny. Ace-9 against 4s could very well get it all in pre-flop. Well, Vinny will start off slow. Golden with the pair of 4s. Set mining is not really encouraged heads up. He's going to go for it. Vinny, I can't imagine, is going to fold the suited ace heads up. And here we go. Needs an ace or a 9. Still needs an ace or a 9, or it's all over. And that's close, but no cigar. Vinny comes in second place. Golden is your champion. From Lithuania, he has survived a field of 9,267 to take home this title and turn $22 into $21,822. Just amazing. You just gotta love the potential for poker, and I think we can all agree that they both deserve to be here. So, great tournament. Really had a pleasure to cover it. Obviously, the dream has been going on for an hour and 13 minutes now. It might even be over. Um, Again, if it turns out that they did a deal, I will not be uploading to YouTube. I just refuse to do any tournament that did a deal. If it didn't do a deal, then you'll see it at some point. But thank you for watching OSS 211 low. And obviously there's a medium and a high, which are forthcoming. The final day for those is today. The final day for this one was yesterday. So there's that, and also OSS 197. So the Dream, 211 high, 211 medium, and OSS 197. And that'll be it for my commentary for the cards up for a good while, I think. After that, it'll be mostly me playing my actual tournaments from my perspective. So I hope you've been enjoying this. There's a few more to go, and I look forward to presenting them to you. See ya.